All right, I'm just going to walk us through this solving problem with maps presentation. I'm here hiding in a secret room of the school, and this is very close to my classroom, but it's kind of a hidden room. So I'm going to record for you just a very quick overview as to how to do the solving problems with map activity. There's two ways to do this, either using the one on quizzes or using the one in class. And this is really just going to help you out with the story so that you're better prepared to answer both of those ways to do them. The purpose for this activity is we're going to be analyzing cholera in an area of London, and we're going to do that in London in 1854. Our goal is to be able to see problems and solutions when we can look at a map and see problems and solutions. So at the first part of this activity, you're going to be going through and answering how can maps help to solve problems? What types of things can go on a map? We've looked at that when we built our map of our summer. Some important things to note when we talk about London in 1854 and at the start of this lesson. There's no real wide running water, which means if you want water in your house, you're going to have to go and you get it from a public well, which is very similar to what this would look like. And we often have wells at campgrounds around the state. You're able to use a well like this. There's a handle that's often over here. This handle's been taken off because the pump is no longer in use. And this little knob is where you put your bucket, and then the water comes out from here when you start cranking on that handle. In order to get water for your house, you have to go and you collect that public well water. And this water is often from something called an aquifer, which is like a kind of like an underground lake. And it is also from rivers and streams. But if you live in the center of London in 1854, it's going to be from those wells that you see on the first page. Now, the kind of cool thing about being 10 and 11 as fifth graders as we are is you're almost fully capable to be able to walk without tripping yourselves. For the most part, we can super trust you to carry like a bucket of water, which puts you into a job that most 10 and 11-year-olds had at this time. And that was to remove something called night waste. There's no running water, which means inside of your house, you're not going to have a sink. You're not going to have a bathroom sink or a shower or a bathtub. And that also means you're not going to have a toilet. During the night, you might create something called night waste. And night waste needs to go out of that house because night waste smells gross. Some of you already know what I'm talking about when we talk about night waste. It's poop and pee. However, in 1854, you would never call it by poop and pee. You would say it's night waste. It would be extremely uncool for you to refer to it as anything other than night waste. And keeping your status in London was really important. There's no social media, there's no Facebook or Snapchat or Be Real. And so in order to get your reputation, you get your reputation as being someone who's a super outstanding citizen. And a super outstanding citizen would only ever say night waste. And even then, they would never want to say it. But the 10 and 11-year-olds, their job is to remove the night waste in the morning. And this lesson is going to go through and talk about like what problems might occur if there's no indoor running water and there's these buckets of night waste that are being removed. Most people want to take these buckets and get rid of them extremely quickly. And so they're often poured into the street. And the purpose of this lesson is to talk about what problems might happen if everybody's getting rid of their night waste into the street. Both ways that you do this, either quizzes or on the worksheet. It's going to walk you through and you're going to look at this map and you'll make a guess as to what this map represents. And that will go through talking about another map, and you'll be making another map, and Dr. Snow is going to be trying to solve it. Dr. Snow was a doctor. And as you make your map, it's going to make some inferences with this well. But this video is really just to set up the scene for what life was like in 1854 London. Now you're prepared to do the rest of the activity.